Hi everyone, my name is Ricardo Wagner. I am the Accessibility Lead for Microsoft Canada. I am here to talk about accessibility and digital inclusion, and why this topic is so important to Microsoft. It's because we believe this is a solvable design challenge that drives innovation. It's not about the person with disabilities, it's about the environment. Stairs make the building accessible, not the wheelchair. And we experience so many situations in our world where people cannot get access to buildings. And if we think by design, we could make a work that could include everyone. I love the definition from World Health Organization. Disability is not a personal health condition, it's a mismatched human interaction. It's about the environment, not about the person. If you make the environment connecting to abilities, you include everyone. We moved from the industry revolution and we are now experiencing digital transformation. And the mindset changed. Before, the mindset was to creating product and solutions for the average, for the normal. And we all know we are all different. There is no normal among humans. But that's the idea. The idea was designing product and solutions to fit the majority. And if you don't fit the majority, you are a niche, you are an exception. That's the opposite in the digital transformation world. And companies like Microsoft and technology companies drive innovation by designing for the extremes. If you design for the extreme, you design for everyone. Suddenly, persons with disabilities, especially permanent disability, became a source of innovation. There are over 1 billion people in the world with disabilities. Canada alone, 6.2 million people. Unemployment rate for persons with disabilities is 2 times higher compared to people without disabilities. At Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And in order to assist and develop solutions to every single human on the planet, we need to apply ideas and design that works for everyone. And that's why at Microsoft, we apply inclusive design. Inclusive design is simple. 3 simple principles that we apply in everything we do when we develop Windows, Office, Xbox, or any Microsoft technology. The very first one is recognize exclusion. When we are designing a product or a solution, we tend to solve or address a solution based on our unconscious bias or our own point of view. If you invite more people to give perspective, especially people with disabilities, you will be able to address problems, concerns, and solutions from different perspectives. You're going to go naturally to the second principle, which is learn from diversity. That's the beauty. When you bring a diverse set of skills looking for a problem or a solution, you drive innovation. And once you make it work for the one who is excluded, you extend to many. At the end, when you create accessibility for few, you create usability for many. At Microsoft, we design products and solutions thinking of people with permanent disabilities. By designing solutions for people with permanent disabilities, it's going to work for someone with a temporary or a situational or someone without disabilities. When we provide videos like this one with closed captions, with subtitles, people watching this presentation in a noise place can also consume the video, but it was designed for someone hard of hearing. When we build technology like touch, it's going to work for someone without an arm, but someone who broke an arm or someone holding a baby or a coffee can also experience this technology. That's the type of innovation you achieve when you design solutions applying inclusive design. In 2011 in US, there was an investigation in place to figure out why in car crash accidents, more women and kids were suffering injuries and even death. The only dummies available were dummies with the shape of a male. They did not have dummies with the shape of a woman or even kids. Can you imagine, in a car crash accident, engineers were there with good intention to help people. Everything that they were doing was to avoid the situation of getting someone hurt or even death. But in reality, with their unconscious bias, they ended up creating a solution that was not working for everyone. At Microsoft, we are on a journey to make our products more accessible. One interesting project is the Xbox Adaptive Controller. We invite top gamers for a conference and one of the gamers asked for accommodation. And when we connect with this gamer, we realized that he was using a wheelchair. And he told us that he could not create an avatar on Xbox Live with a wheelchair. At that time, we didn't have this option, but we changed it. We learned. Another interesting comment that came from this conversation was with his mobility impairment, he could not play using both hands, the joystick for Xbox. And we asked him how he was playing, and he told that he was using his neck. And clearly the joystick and the controller was not designed for him, which became an idea for us to create and innovate bringing Xbox adaptive controller. But the key insight we got was from his code saying, I love Xbox Online because I play and I connect with people, and people connect with me because of my abilities. I just would love to see this word reflected in my real world. That's why I love to play Xbox. With this insight, we decided to go big and build an adaptive controller. To drive innovation, we connect with our customers, and we'd like to offer the same tip to you. You can connect with your employees, with your customers. They're going to give amazing insights to you. And with these insights, you can drive innovation and ensure your product is accessible. One good example is Windows 10 Eye Gaze. So think of the concept of inclusive design, adapting the environment to abilities. One of the challenges we heard from our customers, especially customers experiencing ALS, the only movement that they could do is moving their eyes. Could we connect eye movement with Windows 10 and Office 365 technology? And we made it work. Today you can connect with Windows 10 operational system using only your eyes. It's empowering people with ALS, people with quadriplegia, but it's also helping doctors at hospital. They don't need to take out their glove, wash their hands and go into a keyboard. They can just bring the screen close by, look for what they need and want, get it done and move on. It's helping them to be more productive, but also helping them to avoid contamination. Every time we were launching new features inside Windows 10 and Office 365, we heard from customers saying, hey, it's really hard to find the new feature. And for people with sight loss or blind, they need to memorize the command on the keyboard. So the suggestion was, can you create a search bar and I type what I'm looking for, like insert picture, and I can quickly find the command. And we did it. It's now working for people with low vision and blind, but it's also working for everyone. I am also using this feature. Another amazing solution is called Learning Tools. It was a product developed by Microsoft engineers from a hackathon initiative that we had in Canada. This solution helps kids with dyslexia to read and write more legibly. The software points word by word, and you can apply read aloud. Since this is artificial intelligence technology, you can highlight verbs, adjectives, and it helps and empower teachers in the classroom. We love the quote from the community of people with disabilities, which says, it's nothing about us without us. So we are inviting more people with disabilities to work for Microsoft. And people with disabilities bring unique perspective and ideas and help us to see the world differently from their own perspective. And by doing so, we drive innovation, like Learning Tool Solutions that was designed by many employees with dyslexia inside Microsoft. In our values, we do accessibility by design in an inclusive, transparent, and accountable way, but also in a humble way. We have a lot of work to do, and we are in a journey to ensure that everything we do is accessible by design. There's still a lot of work to do, but we are proud with the North Star that we put in place as an organization to make it right, and we hope to lead by example in everything we do. So sometimes people ask me, okay, how can I work? How can I make things more accessible? And we are all sharing videos. So a good suggestion is every single video that you publish and ensure you have closed caption. It's easy. If you want to experience artificial intelligence technology, the same video, you can upload the Microsoft Stream and AI technology will create the transcription for you. In this case, you don't need to type everything that was said. AI is going to create the transcription for you. You may ask, can I translate the transcription? Yes, you can. Using Microsoft Edge, you can translate to many different languages and experience the same content in an accessible way, even in different languages. One of my favorite apps is Microsoft Translator. All you can do, and I do this all the time because English is my second language, you can pick and choose up to 12 different languages that you can speak, and the system can translate in up to 72 different languages, real time. Think, you can go to a meeting at United Nations and talk with your preferred language, and everybody can follow the presentation on their phone using Microsoft Translator app. You can ask the system to read aloud to you with a headset, or you can read everything that is said. You can also ask the system to open questions, and people can make questions to you in different languages. So with this technology, which was designed for people hard of hearing, it's now empowering people who speak a second or a third language. Everything we do, as I said, is by design, available to everyone across all different devices, across all different technologies. I hope you realize the potential and the opportunity we all have when we include everyone. We drive innovation. I would like to welcome and invite you to join the journey and start hiring more people with all abilities, including people with disabilities. They're going to bring unique perspective and point of view that is going to help your workplace, and it's going to help you to innovate. I love this quote: proximity drives empathy. So I hope you can also experience empathy in the business you do and the way you work and how you connect with people. That's why I'm so proud to work for Microsoft, because we share the same mission. Thank you so much for joining this session. If you like this session, please share with your friends and give feedback in case you want to hear more in the future. Thank you very much.